We continue our Coca-Cola conversations. It's the region's tradition. One of our favorites, Roman Harper, family member of ours, basically with us. What's up, Harp?
I feel like it's family. I mean, we're just moving directions. It's good,
Dude,
though. This is my first time here, so I've had a great time.
Well, you're blowing up your career. I mean, look, obviously you put a lot into it. You take a lot of pride in it. But, I've seen different people out there talking about best analyst in the game, and a lot of people put you on that list. And,
appreciate that.
Man, dude, you really are ascending, man. I mean, I know you probably don't enjoy it as much as playing, but maybe the next best thing?
Totally the next best thing for me. I take that with I don't want to say a grain of salt, but humbly I accept that, though, and just really say thank you for that. I don't ever think about those things. I really just try and stick to who I am. And I just look at the tape, and I'm very honest with myself. I'm very honest with people, fans. I had a Tennessee guy earlier. He's like, man, thanks for saying we're going to win 10 games the other year. I'm like, I mean, that's what the schedule told me, dude. It's not like I'm anything. The following year, I told you we're going to be much more average, and they were. So it's just all about what the tape says. I just love ball. And I'm coaching my son in flag football, and, I watch my kids play sports, and I literally just love ball. And because I actually get paid to talk about it and be around it and get to be around people and be around the University of Alabama and these other schools and all these other coaches and players that I know that are now coaching and doing all these other things. It's been really cool to just continue to ascend in life, continue to grow. And shoot, man, I mean, I've seen you guys since college. So it's it's been crazy.
But you can be objective when you look at film. What about for your son, though? Are you objective with him? Like, how much upside does he have?
I'm very objective with him. He got his first pick six a couple weeks ago. Nobody was more excited than me. Nobody. And, this past week it was raining a little bit, and he almost had another interception. But, hey, he broke on it good. He saw the quarterback, which is great. I want you to see that. But he had his hands like this, right? I don't know if the camera can see it, but I'm like, dude, you got to stick your hands out. And so if you go like this, the receiver can get a hand on it. They kind of bobbled it. But, hey, man, I got you in the right position. I got him playing faster, thinking less. That's the same things my dad would teach me is like, hey, what were you thinking right there? And he'd tell me something like, that's your problem. Stop thinking. I don't need you to think. I want you to play, react, use your eyes, just go, and I'll get all the other things corrected. So it's just ball, man. And I love it. It was my first love, and I'm glad my son is all in now. I just came back from the NFL draft. I was up there doing my podcast, NFL Players Second Acts podcast, me and Peanut Tillman. And he got to see all these legends, and it literally made his life, to get to meet Barry Sanders in Detroit right there on the draft. It was awesome.
Yeah. You don't overcoach him, right? You're as fair to him as you are the other players, right? Or are you harder on him? Because I've seen father coaches go both ways. You'd be harder on the son than you are the other guys.
That is a 1,000% true statement. But I'm just like I treat him the same. I try and be the same with every one of those players and every one of these little young guys, just because I want them to love the game and respect the game and play it the right way at the end of the day. And if you do those things, the ball will take care of you. It's the same thing as your business. If you handle business, business will handle and take care of you. So that's all it is, doing it the right way. And, I mean, he loves football as well. He also loves basketball. Now, the thing about his basketball, I'm like, dude, you can't dribble that well, and fading away shot at 7 ain't working. So it's like, you got to get a little bit better. But I'm honest with all of my kids. And so if he doesn't do something right, I tell him. And if he does something great, I tell him as well.
You and Peanut were at the draft. If you could take every first-round draft pick and sit down and they actually listen to what you tell them, the best piece of advice you would give them is what?
Don't rest on your loins. It's great that you got drafted this early, but it's not about how you get here. It's about what you do once you're here. And so take this opportunity. Hopefully you get a couple good vets around you and grow. So this is just the beginning for you. Understand that. From here, they drafted you to not be the player that you are, but to be the player that they see you as being. So these people have higher expectations than what you probably have of yourself. Understand that and go get it. And don't stay the same. Don't be a repeat offender as well. Is that, if you mess up on something, don't mess up on that again. Mess up on something else. And as long as you do that, they'll keep you around. And as a first-round pick, you're going to get a second contract.
Yeah.
I just hope it's for a lot of money. If it's not, dude, let's go get a third one that's worth more than the second one. So that's what your mindset has to be. It's always ongoing skill development. That's what I tell my oldest daughter. I'm like, look, dude, if you want to play college D1 basketball, winning a game in 6th grade on a random Saturday, Friday night, that's probably not on the checklist of making a D1 athlete. But ongoing skill development is. Like, that's what it's all about. So staying focused on the little things, that's going to help us get to our real true goal. That's what it needs to be. A lot of us, we have this goal of being drafted. That's great. We check the box. But is that it? It's probably not. What do you want to do after that, and how do we get to that goal, and how do we get it on the right way, on the right path, and try and get that for those guys. And as many times as we can re-up on contracts, it's only going to help us up because we're going to be able to take care of and save the next generation.
Dunaway was on the first tee box this morning. You saw him out there. He was sending you guys off. He had something for you and Charles Barkley. I don't know if you want to unleash.
No, you do it. You do it.
He did a great one for me, though. I mean,
what'd you do for a Roman?
Well, I don't know if Roman.
Well, he talked about how much money I spent on my suits, which I appreciate.
100%.
Nobody's dressed better than me. I'll take that compliment as well.
100%.
And hey, I mean,
LT wrote one that I did not use.
I don't know if you'll love this one. Yours isn't as good as Barkley's. I think you'll love Barkley's, though.
I love it.
Okay, go ahead.
I know
you do them. You deliver them. You wrote them. You deliver them.
Nobody wants to do this. Everybody's nervous.
Everybody's a little nervous.
I haven't heard them.
It was way too aggressive
I'll do yours
for the first
first.
tee.
All right, here we go.
Little known fact about Roman Harper. He was also a stand-in for actor Morgan Freeman in the movie Glory.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
He's very great.
It was just a shout.
He's very great.
You've always looked old.
Oh,
and I think that
I've
movie was
always
from the 80s.
been very great.
This one's better.
Now listen to this one.
You ready
There's
for the
no way I
Barkley?
was doing this on the first tee of a golf tournament.
The only thing that has been through more overweight, older white women than Charles Barkley is Ozempic.
Oh,
It's a great line,
it's a great line.
but
My God, Charles would have howled at that. He would have. He would have loved it.
The thing is like I didn't know
the gallery would have liked
Oh,
it.
the
though?
gallery would have been like,
they would have loved it.
Yeah.
They would have been nervous, but
Yeah,
Charles
yeah.
would have made it easy,
Yeah,
and it's all good.
yep.
I didn't know Ozempic was such a thing.
Oh,
I
that's a thing.
huge. And I guess it's the skinny face look that's giving it all away.
I guess.
I don't know what it is. I hope it's healthy, because so many people are doing it.
It's I don't think we know yet.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
don't think we know.
We're going to find out quick. Yeah. We're going to find out quick because there's a lot of people doing
It
it.
is a lot of people
Yeah.
doing it.
you know who else is skinny? Me, 6 weeks after I'm dead, right?
Yeah. Hey, Dunaway, we
What
had
a weird turn this
No.
is.
Dunaway was trying to get down to a certain weight, and it was like 160-something pounds.
No, I was trying for 170 one time, and then tell him your line. You told me live on the air.
I said, you'll get to 170 3 weeks after you're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, are we really trying to keep that goal? Like, let's be realistic.
Yeah, I made it to 163 after that, though. I took the challenge. It was skinny, too skinny.
It's been weird because this year I'm 41. I'll be 42 at the end of the year. And the year of 41, a great number for me. And, like, I've lost more weight this year than since I was in college. So
Cardio or diet?
I think I got sick one time, lost a lot of weight, and just haven't put it all back. But I'm in the 190s, and it's just different. I feel different. My body, I got abs again, and like, it's kind of weird. My wife hates it.
Your neck's same size.
Yeah, my wife wants me to be fat because she wants
Why?
me to know what it's like to like be fat, then have to lose it. She's a hater, but you know what I mean. It's just part of that deal.
But they just hate that it's so much easier for men to lose it than it is for them. It's just biological. It's so hard for them.
Thanks, Dunaway. I wish you. I'm glad.
So,
My
like,
wife should hear that.
So, the Met Gala was this past week.
Yeah,
I
I
know
saw
you're
it.
a
I
style
watched
guy, and like, I mean, you got to admit those people try a little too hard at
It's
times.
a little weird.
What would you wear? Like, the theme this year was time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
What are you
have-
looking at? You
I want my phone because I got a great outfit.
little T
I got a great outfit not too long ago.
phone.
My phone right there.
It's by the
Oh, there, right there. There it is. Yep. All right.
Could I have this? And so I actually, I'll be honest with you. I thought some of the outfits are very weird, but I know what I would wear just because I did it not too long ago at this art gallery I was at.
Oh, I've seen
So
this
I'm
photo.
going-
Yeah.
He's got
Suit.
abs back. He said.
I know, yeah.
I'm going suit, no shirt
Yeah.
underneath. All right, suit, no
Yeah,
shirt.
Okay. So let's Scott's going to zoom in on it so we
Can
can
you
see
get that?
suit.
I'm going suit, no shirt.
Suit, no shirt.
Also, a little bit of what they call Abilene.
What is that?
A little bit of Abilene on the chest and around the neck
Does that
area.
make it glow a little bit?
glow.
Yeah.
Like it's like I want to be that boxer that just got a little light shine. You know what I mean? But it's like perfect. You know what I mean? Little cross, little chain.
Where do you
put the diamonds
buy?
out.
Where do you buy Abilene?
I don't know. I got it from a friend. A
Okay.
little light Abilene just to give me that
Do you
glow.
spray that on, or
No,
is
it's a little rub on.
a rub on?
It's almost like Vaseline, but Vaseline dries.
Okay.
You don't want that.
And this
I want
stuff
that.
stays glitter all
It's
night.
a good stay.
Yeah.
It's a good stay right here. I don't have hair on my chest, so like it's just like okay. that guy knows what he's doing. Right shoes, tuxedo pants, and I've done it. So I had a little bit, and my wife and I were watching the Met Gala where she was watching it. I was just trying to hang out with the wife, and she was like, "Look, I had you on target. You know, I dressed you with no shirt underneath your suit jacket, and they're at the Met Gala doing that." So
Yeah, that's right. You were ahead of time.
I was a little bit ahead of the curve.
If you could only have one pair of your shoes from your closet.
I'm going Jordan 11s because they go with everything, just the normal ones. I thought you were going to ask me if I had one date to the Met Gala. I already know who I would take, just to change the question. It would be Dua Lipa. I'm a big Dua fan.
Are you now? Like her music?
Music's great.
Don't know anything about it.
Music's great. Yeah. I mean, my kids always make fun of me because I tell them, like, I would leave your mom for Dua in a heartbeat. And they're like, Dad, she doesn't want you, okay? Just get over it.
Did you see the Brady Rosso, the Tom Brady
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
But
Nikki
you know what Nikki Glaser, what she said about, I've been dating this guy for 10 years, hyped him up. I would shoot you in the head for a lottery ticket to suck him off.
That's our life.
So good. But, I mean, it was nice to see that everybody was comfortable. Like, I think some of that was manufactured, but everybody was having a good time.
I loved it that Netflix actually did, like, a live show. For me, I thought that was a great big up for Netflix. Shout out to Tom Brady for accepting that. I've got offered to be roasted before, and I wasn't ready for it. So,
did you ever pick him off?
No. And the thing about Tom that I actually appreciate is that Tom Brady's a real dude. And if anybody of all the NFL could be like, nah, I don't really have to act like I know that guy, or I could be big time because of what I've accomplished or anything, it's Tom Brady. But the fact that he doesn't do those things, like he's come out of his way to like, Roman, what's up, man, just to say what's up or anything like that. And he knows everybody. And when he knows you, he speaks to you. And so that goes a long way because it could be another young superstar that kind of does the same thing because Tom Brady to him. And so it makes the game better. It makes all of our superstars better. And Tom is one of those guys that clearly is just a cool dude. He lives a totally different life than everybody because he's got way more money and he's super fit and he looks great. He looks better at 40-something than he did at 20-something.
Did you see him outrun? Did you see him outrun his combine this year?
Yeah, it's like
nuts, man.
He's the guy, right? So because he does that and he's that type of guy, it just makes him so much better. And I'm a bigger fan of him because I know him and I know like who he is off the field, outside of the helmet. And because of that, I'm a big fan of his. And I would tell anybody how great he is first before any of the Super Bowls or anything like that. It's like, no, like he's a cool dude. And because that's why the team vibes with him. That's why everybody was so quick to buy into anything that he does and says. And shout out to him for being humble enough to allow himself to get roasted like that, too. That was awesome.
It was.
Fast track real quick to 18 games in the NFL. We're going fast, but we're taking away one preseason game. Would you be in favor of that if you were still playing or no?
It's more money.
I mean, am I on a rookie deal or, like, I'm getting, like, big money? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Your best contract.
I'll take it. I might not play all 18. But I'll take it, and we'll figure out where we stay at. But it's a lot of games, but I can't really complain because the NFL accepts it, and they negotiate it. As long as the numbers are better for us retired guys, I can never argue against it. Those young guys are the ones out there giving up their bodies for it right now. And then we also got to get used to it because the college game is also exceeding numbers in games every year as well. So it's just part of the deal right now. Everybody wants more of it. I just want the college game at some point to have players inside that room to be able to sit at the negotiating table to say, hey, they have our back as well. I think it would be good on both sides of it when it's all said and done. Once everything's done, hitting the fan, comes back down and settles, I think it's better when everything's going to be negotiated out for the players and the institutions or the people that are representing them as well because they're actually going to be able to get some good things out of this deal as well.
Right.
Did you ever see the movie North Dallas 40?
No.
Late 70s. It was basically based on the Dallas Cowboys. I know you've seen it. Have you
Oh,
seen
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, Nick Nolte. Anyway, he's getting out of bed in the first scene, and, like, bones are popping, and he's having, like, flashbacks of the game the night before. Do you feel that when you get up?
No. So I got a bad shoulder. I used to hit on it way too much, and I got a bad knee that I should have had a microfracture on before I left the game, but I just don't want to do another surgery. And so I'll just go until the wheels fall off on it, and then I'll get a knee replacement, and I'll move on. Like, that's literally where my mind's at because you get to where I don't want to be like Andrew Luck, where I'm just rehabbing to get hurt again. And, like, mentally, it beats you up. I'm in this low place when I'm coming back from injury. I'm in this low place when I'm stuck in the bed for 6 weeks. I'm in this low place where I can't do the things I want to be able to do. And you know your body's able to do these things. I've done all these great things. And all of a sudden now I'm no longer allowed to do that because my body's literally just breaking down in front of me. And so I try and stay off of those things. I just try and lift and work out. I run a little bit and try and take care of myself, but I got to be really smart about it because my knee's not great. So I understand that. But as long as I continue to lift and make the smaller muscles around my knee stronger, continue to keep those things steady and going, I feel like I continue to hold off. At least that's what Dr. Andrews has told me. And so
he's pretty good.
I mean, he's done all my surgeries.
Yeah.
I only listen to that guy, and he's like an elephant. He's never forgetting a thing. And every time he sees me, he checks on me. How's your weight doing?
Yeah.
As long as you keep your weight down, I want you to do these. And, like, he's still checking on me, so it's good.
That's great.
I think this guy is one of those that Auburn fans, they digest, and they're like, we hate to admit it, we kind of like
No,
it.
they say that on our show. Like, when you come on the show, they're like,
Yes.
God, I hate to like an Alabama guy, but I can't dislike Harp.
I love Auburn. You know how many times I had a great time at Auburn on that
Yes.
campus? I mean, I know some of the students live in trailer parks. It's fine. All right?
Oh, wow.
I visited a couple. It's great. It's not bad.
visited
It's
No,
not
yeah.
bad. It's not bad.
Well, here's what I was going to ask you, though.
No, Charles Barkley's the Auburn version of that. Like, Alabama fans are like, God, I
We
want to
love Charles.
I want to hate Charles, but
But
I love
I'll
him.
tell you, so Barkley, the elder statesman, you're kind of in between now at 42.
Yes,
But Terrion Arnold has been that guy
Yes.
for us,
Yep.
and I know you know Terrion.
I do.
I mean, how good of a pro is the kid going to be? And have you guys talked any advice to Terrion?
So I saw him the whole draft. My son took a picture with Terrion. He was so excited. And I love the fact that, look, man, he's come in, he redshirted, and freaking balled, right? Came out of nowhere and did his thing.
and stayed at Bama.
Yeah.
Stayed. And not only that, but where he got drafted to is an awesome situation for him. So often we think like just getting drafted the highest is the greatest thing. Well, actually the situation is the best thing because it's not about the first contract. It's about the second one. The first contract, that's new money. New money spends like new money. The second contract is what makes you. Second contract was taking care of your family, right? And you get a third big one, dude, now we're set. And so making it to that, how are you going to get there? Going to Detroit is a great situation for him. He's a first-round pick. He's going to be coached by Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, who is my former teammate and defensive
He's
coordinator.
got your beard, too.
Me and AG get confused a lot. He goes to New Orleans, he gets called Roman Harper
Oh,
all the
that's
time.
delicious.
So it happens a lot. And so AG's my guy. I love AG. So AG's going to take care of him. Not only that, but Dan Campbell was on the coaching staff as well. Dan Campbell's my former teammate, great guy as well. So he's going to a great situation. I love that Detroit has had a lot of success with Alabama players. Like, that matters when you go into these situations because they want you to be successful. They're going to make sure you turn out just right, and they're going to put him in good places to be. And he's going to get coached up hard. And Terrion's a guy that can take coaching really well. And he's a great effort guy. He's going to play hard. He plays fast. He plays faster than he ran a 40 time in. And sometimes those things happen. Like Malcolm Jenkins ran a 4.51, fell to 15-16, got drafted to us. Perfect situation. Didn't start early, but perfect situation. Still had a 13-year career. So imagine if he goes to Cleveland where they thought he would be at 5 or 7. Totally different situation.
Yeah.
So, like, those things matter. I think he went to the best situation for him. He went with other Alabama guys that in Detroit having really good success. So they're going to come back to that, and I think he will continue to do well. He's under some great coaches. Hopefully I get to see him sooner than later, man, but we still do talk and we text, and he's going to be great, man, because he has a great smile, great personality. He's humble. He's great on camera. He comes on with you guys all the time, and I'm big rooting for him, man. And it meant the world when on this show, he's like, man, somebody I look up to is like Roman Harper, who handles himself. I'm like, dude, I saw that. Like, man, that's awesome. So it's really cool. And like you guys know, man, you just never know who's actually paying attention to you.
Yep.
So often I get on front of a camera and just talk like it's just us because that's just who I am. But you never truly know who's actually listening and watching.
Going back to 2006, your teammate Reggie Bush was dating Kim Kardashian. You guys would ride to practice
when he was
together.
the bigger deal.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
But I want to ask you, what's more amazing, like Peyton Manning, who has become like this SNL host and the Manning cast and owning all these Papa Johns, or the fact that Kim Kardashian has built an empire?
Yeah, that one.
From a Ray J
That
video,
one.
right?
That one. The Kim Kardashian thing goes way beyond that just because, like, Dude, we were on the plane, like, watching the video, like, behind, like, 3 seats behind Reggie. It's like, hard to say it, me and my boy Ced Ellis, I'm telling, Ced. It was Ced. It was Ced. It wasn't me. Ced had it on.
Did Reggie know you were watching?
I don't think so. We were like 3 rows back, bro. It was Ced, dude. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
All right, we were pretty out. We were pretty out there with it. But, hey, like, to come from there to, like, what she's been able to build as an empire, not only that, but, you know, she married Kanye and, like, and got divorced and done whatever since. But all they do is make money. I mean, even
gotta respect
Kylie is making the billions. She's a billionaire now because of the company she owns. So it's really, really interesting, but it's also like, what's the brother's name?
Brody?
No, not Brody.
Rob.
Rob.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, I'm the one that knew that.
Yes.
How am I the one that knew that?
But I'm also like, you know, who's the one that's going to tell Rob Kardashian that you shouldn't be happy?
Yeah.
Right? So, like, money doesn't always make you happy either. So it's always like finding whatever that balance is and being happy with the person you see in the mirror. And I don't know if they're always happy. You know, the most successful people in L.A., which I used to train in the offseason, I love L.A., but I love it for all the things most people don't love it for, which is the partying and the people and the good-looking people and living in the hills. I mean, there are not a lot of real people out there, but it's great for what I wanted it for. But also understanding, like, some of those people are the most sad, depressed people in the world.
Yep.
They don't love where they're at, even though they got everything. And they can get whatever they want. But at some point, you find out, like, that's not what it's about. And so I just truly wish for everybody just to find their own happiness. I'm not completely there all the time, but, like, 85% of the time, I'm pretty damn happy.
Yeah,
that's a good
you
place.
are.
That's a good place.
He is Roman Harper. It's our Coca-Cola Conversations.
Are we out?
We are
Dude,
out.
deep shit right there.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys.
Good to see you, Harper.
Sergeant
Thanks, man.
Spoon.
Appreciate it. Hey, that's me,
First
baby.
thing he comes up, he's like, you telling people about Sergeant Spoon.
All I'm saying, I didn't know I like to cuddle. I'm married now. I like to cuddle.
That's right.
I like to
Nothing
cuddle.
wrong
I
with it.
figured that out about myself.
Roman Harper and our Coca-Cola Conversations.